What's going on, guys? It's Justin from Push and Profit, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the best indicators that I use for day trading. Now, of course, when the word best is thrown into a conversation, you have to understand the word best comes from opinion, so of course it's subjective. These indicators that I'm going to be talking about work best for me and may or may not work best for you, but that's okay, because when it comes down to day trading, there are just so many different styles and strategies, and it's overall just good to expose yourself to different strategies, because seeing different strategies might help you develop your own formula for success. Okay, so the two indicators I'm going to be breaking down in this video are the VWAP indicator and the exponential moving average indicator. Now, I know the name might sound intimidating, but they're fairly easy to understand. Now, before we hop into my computer, I want to put it out there that when it comes down to using indicators for day trading, you don't want to solely rely on these indicators to base your decisions when making a trade. You want to use them more as a reference along with price action and movement. So indicators, they're really good, but they're really mostly used as a guideline for seeing what a stock is doing. So now that you guys know that, let's go ahead and hop into my computer. Alright, so now we're officially in my computer screen. Right now we're looking at TD Ameritrade, the Thinkorswim platform. That's the platform I use to trade. Does that mean that's the platform that you need to trade on? Absolutely not. There are so many other platforms out there for people to trade on. This is just my preference, right? Now, on the Thinkorswim platform right now, I'm looking at the ticker symbol HD, which is Home Depot, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with, or you guys have heard of Home Depot, right? Now, I know there's a lot of lines on this chart, but I'm going to try to break it down as easy as I possibly can. So before we do that, let's go ahead and try to search up what what VWAP actually is. So we're going to go ahead and hit studies, and then we're going to hit edit studies. Now you can see these are the studies I have that are which are studies is just another word for indicators. These are the indicators that I use to trade with. Now, they're already set on my chart. Now, today we're going to be talking about only VWAP and exponential moving average, because those are the two main indicators I really use to day trade. Now, being that I already have them on my chart, I'm not going to show how to add them, but we're just going to simply look them up, right? So first we're going to type in VWAP, and then you see that, of course, this indicator labeled VWAP comes up. We're going to hit this question mark, and it's kind of going to show us the definition of it. So right here it's going to say the volume weighted average price, which is VWAP, is calculated using the following formula, where size is a volume traded at price. Now, again, when you kind of look up a word on the dictionary, you may learn what that word, what it means, but you don't know how to pronounce the word. Kind of similar to this, situation. We got the definition of VWAP, but we don't know how to really apply that to our everyday life, right? Now, the VWAP really is just three bands on the Thinkorswim platform. It's this purple line over here that's in the middle, this red band on the top, and then this yellow band on the bottom. And if you could see, when I move my cursor above each or any of the bands, they all three highlight, and that's just indicating that this is a VWAP, right? These are the three bands. Now, the red band kind of signifies, or not kind of signifies, it does signify that, it's a little on the overbought side, versus the yellow band, which is kind of on the oversold side, right? Now, how do we use the VWAP, right? We kind of use them, or I personally kind of use them as supports and resistances. I have another great video on this channel where I talk about supports and resistances, but that's mainly for like main or longer duration supports and resistances. When I use the VWAP, I use this for intraday trades, meaning, for smaller time frames. So for example, when you're looking at a stock, you could look at a stock on how it's performed in the last 180 days. You could look at it how it's done in the last 5 days, things like that. Now, when it comes to day trading, like it's implied in the name, we're looking at, we're just trading intraday inside the single day. So that's where the VWAP comes in. It's kind of like a good indicator to use when you're trading for the single day. So again, in Home Depot, these bars right here, these candles, that's what the actual stock did. We're not going to talk about this green line. That's just another indicator for another day, right? Which is something I don't use for day trading, so it's actually irrelevant for this video anyways, right? Now, you could see that Home Depot, was kind of going up, and then it kind of touched the red band of the VWAP and started, coming down, and before it even hit the purple band of the VWAP, it kind of started bouncing up, and it kind of followed this trend again, then falling down, going a little bit below the VWAP, and then you could see it kind of started going up, then kind of almost touching the red VWAP, and then coming down, and so forth, right? So that's something that you can see. Now again, I don't solely just rely on the VWAP. Again, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you don't ever want to rely on an indicator to make your trades. You want to use them as a reference or a guideline, and not also don't want to just rely on one indicator. You want to use a multitude of them, right? So that's where the exponential moving average comes in, which is going to be this blue line that is highlighted right now. When I move my cursor onto it, it highlights on the screen, right? So again, let's just kind of go ahead and look up what the EMA line is. So we're just going to type in moving exponential, or you know what, let's just type in exponential, and it should pop up right here. Now it says moving average exponential, but when you click it here, they reference it as the EMA line, and that's just because most brokers reference this indicator as the EMA. But for some reason, Thinkorswim, they write moving average exponential, but that's fine. It really doesn't matter, right? So the exponential moving average, EMA, is a type of moving average that assigns greater weight to the most recent price data, right? Again, great to know the definition, but now how do we apply it? Now, along with the VWAP, I kind of use the EMA line more as a signal of confirmation that things are going in a certain direction. So let's kind of zoom in real quick. So you could see that, Home Depot, when it started kind of going down and it touched the purple VWAP line, it kind of started bouncing up. But again, I don't just buy in just because it touched the purple VWAP line. What I do is I wait for it to not only touch a certain intraday support like the VWAP line right here, but I also wait for a sign that is above the actual EMA line, right? So you can see here it touched the VWAP sign. I wouldn't get in, but once it crossed over the EMA line, that's kind of giving you confirmation that a stock is going in a certain direction. So it started going down past the EMA line. That's where I would start adding to my position. It started going down, it started coming back up, I would probably add more to my position. And then of course the stocks aren't perfect. They started coming down, but overall kept riding above the EMA line and kept pretty much riding above it all the way to this point right here, where it almost hit the top red VWAP line, right? Now, I hope I'm not confusing you guys, but again, I use the VWAP lines, which are the three lines that are highlighted, the yellow, the purple, and the red, as intraday supports, right? And then again, the blue line right here that is highlighted when I move my cursor, I use that as just a sign of confirmation for which direction things are going. So you can see clearly right here when Home Depot was kind of almost touched a red purple VWAP line. That was kind of like the pinnacle, the peak of the stock price for the day, and it started coming down, right? And you could see once it crossed this EMA line and went below it, it kind of just started bouncing below it, kind of showing that it's on a downtrend all the way till it hit the purple VWAP line. Then it kind of bounced up from the purple VWAP line, again pushed above the EMA line, which shows that it might be a good sign to get in, and started going up. Now, again, you don't want to follow these perfectly or exactly. You want to use these along with what the actual price movement is doing, because just because it touched the VWAP over here or over here doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to skyrocket up. You want to make sure that you follow up with confirmation and things of that nature. Now, if you guys like this video, definitely hit that like button. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comment section below. I try to explain VWAP and the EMA as thoroughly and easily as I possibly can. So yeah, maybe consider subscribing to the channel. I definitely plan on dropping more gems on, things that I use to trade in the stock market, what tactics, what strategies, methods. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, my name is Justin from Push and Profit, and I'm out. Peace.